Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. I'm back. Can I have a microphone test? Oh, sorry, Mascara. I thought you were in Norfolk, mate. Can someone just tell me if my sound's all right, please? That'd be very nice. Just as a little test. Where are you based, Mascara? You don't have to say, but I thought you were in Norfolk. I don't know why. I thought I'd heard that at one point. Good evening, Kitty. Good evening, Nick GB. And any other people who are watching that hasn't posted any messages yet. Hello, everyone. How are you all? I've had a 2-week break. I'll tell you what I've been up to in a second. Nothing very exciting. Well, just topping up my suntan. Sounds good. Thank you very much, people. Thank you. Got 8 people watching at the moment. Thank you very much, Spanish. 5x5, but looking like a deck chair. Very good, Spanish. My mum loves this shirt. In fact, so does my partner. They love this shirt. Come on, man. What are you chatting about? You just want me to take it off, really, Spanish, don't you? So I can show my titties again. I know you really want to touch them. Nice to see you all anyway. It's nice to be back. I'm quite chilled, actually. Yeah, very chilled. I was thinking, hang on. I'm in Oxford. No interbreeding around here unless you're from Whitney. It's a Mascara. Oh, right. Yeah, I think, sorry, I beg your pardon. I don't know who it was that was from Norfolk or something. There was someone who was from Norfolk that used to be on Raconteurs News. So I can't remember who it was, mate. But I do apologise. Sunny Oxford. Very nice. I used to go to Oxford, Mascara. I used to go to just outside Oxford. What? I'm trying to remember the name of it now. Oh, it'll come to me in a minute. But it used to stay in a hotel called the Old Bull. Something Bridge. Wantage. That's the one. Wantage. Yeah, it was Wantage. I used to stay in. That was my first expeditions to have a dirty weekend with my girlfriend at the time. Many, many moons ago. Yeah, many, many moons ago. Hey, Rich, how are you, sir? Rich T's in the house as well. Good to see you. Nice to see you. People are slowly coming in. So, I hope everyone's well. I've hardly watched anyone. I haven't seen Cook. I think I did once last week. I think I watched Cookie and Pete show and caused some controversy by requesting a George Michael track, which was very amusing. It caused some controversy. But hey, the man was 60 on Saturday, or he would have been 60 on Saturday. Personally, I think he was a genius, but, musicians who get to the top of their tree, is it all a bit signing on the devil's dotted line and things like that? I don't know. And talking of music, did anyone catch any Glastonbury? Do you give a monkeys? I personally... I personally like Glastonbury. I've been 7 times, something like that. But it's hard to get in blood out of a stone and to get a Glastonbury ticket these days. And yes, they are very expensive, the tickets, and yes, you camp and stuff. But if you've never been, feck Glasto, it's shy. Have you been Spanish? Because Wantage is not far from where I am, but I wouldn't want to walk it. Oh, I see. Mascara. Yeah. I quite liked Wantage. It was all right. Yeah, it was all right. Have you been to Glasgow Spanish with that opinion of yours? Because I think it's something that I think it's a place that you can take the piss out of it and say Glasgow was a woke fest. Nick, listen, it's completely changed, hasn't it, from where it was? It was always a bit proper lefty, but there's a lot that I mean, a lot of what is quoted in the papers about it being woke and all this business. You don't have to you don't have to be involved in any of that. There's plenty of people down there that are just finding their own fun, whichever way. So hello, Miss Blue Sky as well. She's here as well. But yeah, I quite. They reckon that Elton John pulled in one of the biggest crowds ever. Now, I saw Elton John back in London back in 2005, and he was really good. He was, and it was at what was called the Hammersmith Apollo back then, and he was really really good. I just thought he was a little bit shouty with his tunes, a little bit. Rah, 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 rah. But it's horses for courses. Chanting refugees are welcome here, Nick GB. Yeah, but again, mate, you there's like 160,000 people, so you're gonna have people that are going to be heard, and remember, you'll only hear the stuff they want you to hear. Don't forget that, because I've been there 7 times, and trust me. Yes, I unblocked the toilets with Michael Eavis in 1983. I worked for Dynarod then. Yeah, but you haven't like been to the festival and enjoyed it, have you? Spanish. So I've been 7 times, and I think it's an amazing. It is the best festival in the world. I don't care, and some people have never been to festivals, but I think it's one of the best festivals in the world. And I'd still like to go. Yeah, I'd still like to go. Thanks, Nick. Yeah, the papers only want you to see what they want you to see, don't they? But it's a great place to go. But it is expensive. Hello, Kendo. How are you, sir? Thought Guns N' Roses kicked ass. I had been drinking all day though. I saw a little bit of the Guns N' Roses set. I thought they were okay. I tell you who was I not impressed with? Blondie. I thought she was bloody awful from what I heard. Chrissy Hind of the Pretenders was amazing. I saw a little bit of who else was it? I forget. Let's have a look. Have I still got it up here? I might still have it up here. I can't remember anyway. Here Comes the Summer Sun. Someone remind me who it was who sung that. Once in a Lifetime, something like that. When people hitched to Glasgow and it was almost free. Yeah, used to bunk in. My ex-wife bunked in with her friend and their 2 sons. That was 1999 when Texas. Thanks, Rich T. Yeah, I thought Texas were quite good as well. 99, and it got ridiculous. I mean, and also there was a lot of theft that used to go on there as well. Although I was even a victim of it one year as well. I was so tired one night. Me and my partner, we were knackered, and someone just broke into the tent and nicked my wallet. So, now, normally I'd put it under my airbed, and I hadn't that night because I was just didn't think. I was probably a bit too many sherbets to the wind at the time as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. What's Jimmy's show been like? Hey Tony, I was at Glasgow in 1990. Was an experience. Nice one, Tony. Nice to see you. And Jimmy, Jimmy, there you are. I tried to start for your show Saturday, Jim, but I just couldn't. I was knackered, mate. I was completely knackered. It was good to see Jimmy back on YouTube again, wasn't it, everyone? I thought it was excellent to see him back on YouTube. I don't know if he then did like half the show on YouTube and then did some more risque stuff over on Odyssey or anything. I don't know. Did you do that, Jim? I don't know. I've just got some some stories from the news. I've got about, I think, 6 stories, something like that, maybe 7 stories. I'm going to try and chop some of them down, and we're going to have a little bit of a trivia quiz, like we sometimes do, because I know people like a bit of a trivia quiz. And the legend who is Sean Hammer is in as well. Hello, Sean Hammer. Nice to see you. Welcome back. Sean, were you a festival man, Sean? And let's talking about festivals. Have you been to any festivals? So Tony said that he's been to Glastonbury. Um, I went to an 80s festival. I think it was last year as well, and I saw ABC. They were probably, and Tony Hadley as well, um, and they were probably the two best acts that I saw at this 80. It was only a day festival, but it was really good. Excellent, excellent. I love my music. I really do. I love my music. So, have you been to any festivals? What was your favorite band to see there? Is it something that you like? I think music's part of your health, isn't it? We get different energy. I can remember it was one of the last festivals I went, last times I went to Glastonbury. We were up near the dance tent, and literally, when you were lying down, you could feel the vibration of of the music. The bass thumping through. It was incredible, really. Da, 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 da. Take note, Spanish has no clue. How long have I spoke to Denny for? Because they can't passed out or something like that. Oh, so Denny was in the show, did he? And then he passed out, did he? He'd done 6 hours in the after chat with Denny. Oh, Spanish said he did 6 hours. Jesus Christ. 6 hours. Wow. I wonder if Denny watches my show anymore, or just doesn't want to watch it. I don't blame him. It's up to him, isn't it? Entirely up to him. But Spanish Chicken, I woke up at 4:30 a.m., Jimmy, and you were still chatting. Oh yeah, I saw you, Spanish. You were pissed, man, weren't you? You were really, really gone to the wind, or as they say. And Chris is here. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you in. How you doing, Chris? How you keeping? Mascara Snakes is playing at a truck festival in a month. No need to camp, as I only live 5 minutes walk away. Oh, so you're actually playing, Mascara. Nice one. Nice one. Give it a plug if you want. If you want me to tell it, people. Not that, I don't know if there's anyone else in your part of the world that's part of this show as well, or that watches this show. What else has been said up here? Mascara, hi, Jimmy. Yeah. People just saying hello to each other. Kitty said, "Sorry, Jimmy, I fell asleep, woke up, and you had finished." so maybe bollocks, boxed, mate. Fucking hot day and cooled down with beers. Yeah. I think we've all been doing that, but it has cooled down now, hasn't it? I went to see my mum It was my mum's 88th birthday. Amazing. She's really, really in good fettle at the moment. She's in good spirits, and she seems pretty healthy. So I'm so happy about that. And got her put some photos in frames for her. Because what do you get? She says, "Oh, don't buy me a present." So just put some. I think I shared with everyone that my nephew came over from Spain, and he's working, and so I took some photos, and we put one of those in a frame, and also one with me and my sister and my mum singing together on the sofa, and she loved that. And also I bought her a very expensive, Marks and Expensive birthday cake, and sung happy birthday to her with an 88 on the cake, and she absolutely loved that. She really loved that. So, and good evening, Pete. Pete's in the house as well. Starship Troopers podcast is in. Hello, Pete. How are you? Yeah, I went into Pete's after chat. I think it was last week, and we had a good chat. Pete, I was just telling everyone how I caused controversy by requesting a George Michael song on your show, and it went down like a lead balloon. So what? So what? I love all sorts of music. I really do, and all sorts of artists as well. Pete, have you ever been to a festival or anything? What's your favourite band? Yeah, who's been your favourite band live? Anyone want to share that with me? And before I forget, let me say that that tune that you heard right at the beginning, some of you, the first tune was called "Drop the Tapes" by Track Tribe. and if I remember and I get time, I'll be playing another one after. Here's my legal notice. My name is Robert. I'm not a doctor. I'm here for your fun and entertainment. And if you want some medical advice, please go and find it with your GP or MD or healthcare professional. There we are. So that's the legal stuff out of the way. And so talk to you about Glastonbury. Did you like Glastonbury? Did you watch any? What else? What have I been doing whilst I've been away? I went to. I've had some really nice weather actually, and I love being by the beach. I'm at one of those in Bedfordshire. Then we're at least 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours from any sort of beach in Bedfordshire. We're that middle part of the country. But so when you get some sun, you really want to try and rush off to a beach. So I went to Bournemouth and also went to Poole, and I topped up my suntan as you can see here. Topped up my suntan, and also then on Sunday I went to a place called Frinton on Sea, which is near Clacton, because it was so hot, wasn't it? Sunday, it was really, really hot. And I just love being by the beach. What do you do on the beach? I mean, I just love to just sit listening with my feet on the sand, earthing. You know, we've all talked about earthing. Earthing's so good for you, isn't it? Just have have your feet on the sand, you know, and listen to that sea crashing, those waves crashing, and getting those negative ions and getting that salty sea air as well. So good for you. And then, of course, and I'll link this to a story later, I like a cheeky nap. If I fancy a little nap, I'll just have a cheeky little nap. And then I'll wake myself up with a little snore. But I loved listening to the sounds around me. Some people, even if they've got music, it doesn't matter to me. You know, it really doesn't matter to me. Even listening to people's music, you know, it's just something different, isn't it? And what else did I do? My partner's dad, he gave me an electric chainsaw, and being a very safety conscious person as I am, I said I'm not going to use it until I've got my safety trousers. And so my partner went and got me some trousers. She won them on eBay. They'd only been worn once, and we got these safety trousers. And I thought, well, I can't. How am I going to cut wood? You know, I need a horse, a wood horse. And I thought, you know what? I've got loads of wood. I'm just going to make one. You know, and so I just I looked up some pictures. I looked it up and I thought, yeah, okay, yeah, I can do this. So I winged it, as they say. I just went down the local store, one of the local hardware stores. I got some bolts, I got some screws, and cut some wood with the old Black and Decker workmate, and put something together. I don't know if I've got a picture of it. Actually, I might have a picture of it. I'll show you how bad my work is. No, actually, I was quite pleased with it. It was really, really good, actually. Where is it? Let's have a look. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's have a look. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So let me come back to the screen, and let me try and just show you on my screen. So here it is. There we are. There it is. There's my little wood horse that I made from my own little head there. Jim's the man I want his opinion on, because he knows about these things. He cuts wood a lot. I'd ask Denny because he lives in the woods, but he's not here. But yeah, I was quite pleased with that. It really did the job. Cuts, so I can put the logs on, because we cut loads of Leylandi trees that were like 30 feet tall. I managed to do that a couple of last year, I think it was, and also I did a bit more this year as well. We've got loads of logs, and I also I went up to the woods. I did a video. It's on my channel. I did one of my videos, and there's some woods up where my partner lives. She lives at the bottom of the hill on the edge of town. And up at the woods, I was walking there one day last year, and suddenly I saw these chopped, these sawn down logs. Literally, they were like this big, like that, and like that. And I thought, they could come in handy. So I decided to go and get the wheelbarrow, which it's one of these pull ones. It's got 4 wheels, proper wheels, soft wheels. So I took it up there. I dragged it all the way up there. And I didn't realize how heavy the logs were. And I just about managed to lift these logs. And then the other one. And I didn't realize they literally were one chop and another. And they were the 2 that were joined together that had been chopped. And so I put them in and I started dragging them down. And my partner was waiting at the bottom of the hill in the car, and I said to her, "Just wait for me. Then I won't be long." And apparently, she said that whilst I was pulling it down, they were playing. Someone was doing a sketch out of Monty Python, the one where he says, "I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay." So that was rather funny. And then, as I'm literally just about to get to the car. Okay, you've got the water. You've got the water pit for the rainfall off right next to the path, and I'm just pulling and I'm just about to get to the road so I can then just walk it home, because it was about a 5-minute walk. You do this sort of this circuit that goes like that, and then it comes back again. So I'm down at one part of the road, and I was just about to drag it down to the onto the pavement, and I hit a bump, and the logs went, and they fell down the water path. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was absolutely gutted, but I wasn't going to let it beat me. I just jumped down there, and somehow I just pushed them up, got them back up, put them back in, and off I went. And so I use those logs now to chop my wood, because I've got a massive axe. So I've cut my wood now with my with my chainsaw into smaller pieces, and then I'm able to now use my axe, and those 2 logs are amazing, absolutely amazing, great for fires and everything. Really, really good, really, really good. What's people been saying in the chat here? Let's have a look. Texas Chainsaw Trousers, says Chris. Yes, absolutely right. Yeah, what do you have for your dinner? You have anything nice? When I'm on the beach, says Jimmy Hagan, I'm too busy looking at all the cool, sexy chicks in bikinis. I totally miss the sea. Oh, Jim, get down there, man. Go and look at the chicks if you want. Go on, get down there. Why not? And Jimmy says, "Give me George Michael over any of these long-haired hippies pouncing around with their wok and woll." Pete says, "Never again, Rob." No, I won't request George Michael again. Don't worry, Pete. I won't request George Michael again. I'll try and think of something that would be more suiting to everyone's taste. I don't often ask anyway, do I? I know sometimes people do ask, but I don't often ask. What else have people been saying? So that I've got up to that bit. Cheers, Snake. Good job, Rob. Thank you very much. Miss Blue Sky, I went to Bournemouth and Paul on my own the other day, and I think it's important to do stuff on your own. If you can, you get to do what you like. Lovely. Thank you, Miss Blue Sky. Now Jimmy says electric chainsaws are for girls. Electric chainsaws are for girls, but man needs a proper power saw. Like your cutting horse, by the way, Rob, looks a little small. Wouldn't hold large logs though. I usually cut at ground level. It wasn't actually that small, Jim. I designed it to my height, so when I'm cutting, I'm not stooping and things like that. And it did do the big logs. It really did. So yeah, but thank you for your input there. Yeah, I'd like a petrol one. I'll be honest with you, but the amount that I do, Jim, it's just very, very little. You know, um, it's something maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So, and it was free. You know, don't what do they say? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Uh, uh, what's thought that Nick says thought my shirt was a deck chair at first. Oh no, he thought it was a deck chair at first, and then Spanish is saying, "Stick that shirt on it, and it would." Nick GB, he's a cheeky sod, isn't he? You cheeky sod, you know. What makes the electric chainsaw? Says Chris. Oh, I can't remember now. Uh, oh, some foreign name. I think it's all right though. You know. Sean says festivals can be fun, but they are MK Ultra experimentation camps, so be careful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got. I'm with you, Sean. I understand what you're saying. But it is. I mean, every time I've been to one, I've really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, I don't. I think I'm a bit more awake than the average person that maybe goes to something like that. So yeah, I guess I'm pretty lucky. What else? Rob's got a big chopper. Says Mascara Snake. That's very nice of you to say, Mascara. Thank you very much. Uh, um, let's have a look. People saying, "Be careful putting petrol in the saw, Rob. Most are two-stroke, and if you put petrol in them, you will kill your saw." Um, no, it's not well, it's not petrol, is it? You put oil in it, don't you? Put two-stroke oil. Um, yeah, but it's got yeah. You have to put oil in it to oil the blade, don't you? And yeah, we went and bought some, and it worked perfectly. It really did. So I'm very very happy with it. I'm extremely happy with it. Um, what else we're going to talk to you about? Told you about that. Oh yeah. Um, we had some fun with the blooming. Oh my god, one of the cats. You know Jeffrey. You've probably seen Jeffrey because he's the ginger, white and ginger fluffy one that my partner's got, and because he's so long haired, he does get fleas, and it's it was time to do him to deflea him. So we ran a bath with the flea shampoo and everything, and put put him. I had to wear pond gloves because last time he ripped me to shreds. I looked like I was like feeling suicidal with the amount of cuts he got on me. Honestly, he's a really placid cat, but when it comes to water and trying to get the fleas off him, he's not very placid. But literally, my poor partner, I held him. We got the shampoo on and gave him a shampoo, a clean up, and then I held him between on my legs, and then my partner was literally pulling the fleas out and then dropping them in the water, and so they would drown. There must have been about 200 fleas. The poor sod. I mean, we never get bitten or anything. They just love him, poor sod. But it's such a pain in the ass. We flea him and everything. He gets all the proper treatment and everything. But because he's and the other two and her other two cats are nowhere near as bad as that. But yeah, it wasn't fun. It really wasn't fun. But that was another fun activity I did whilst I was away. And also, I went and played not pitch and putt, crazy golf at a dinosaur themed crazy golf place because I believe in dinosaurs. Yeah, and and yeah, and funny enough, it was in a place called Milton Keynes. I'm sure you've heard of Milton Keynes. Um, and it was opposite the bowl where they play concerts. And Muse were playing this weekend, or just played this weekend, whilst Glastonbury were on. And I saw Muse at Glastonbury, and they were bloody amazing. They were really, really good. A really good live, excellent live. You don't hear much from them at the moment. Um, I would have filled the bath up and was that fucked the cat in the pinned him and fucked the cat, fleed the cat and pinned him to the bottom of the bath. He can't scratch you that way. Honestly, Jim, yeah. I mean, we did. I literally held him. Apart from his head, just did you know that fleas can cocoon themselves? I know, absolutely amazing. Fleas can cocoon themselves. So even if you, because I had the idea, oh, we'll just hold the cat down. No, that you've got to literally hold him there maybe for 30 minutes to make sure that you if you want to kill the fleas. It just wasn't a good job. But yeah, um you know, you don't want to stress them out too much. You do and you don't. You know. So yeah, I played a bit of pitch and putt, not pitch and putt, crazy golf, and once again I won. Don't want to boast about it or anything, but yeah, yeah, only by 9 shots. 9 shots. Yeah. So what's been said here? Poor Marley, Jimmy. Poor Marley is suffering a relapse. She is getting sick again. Back to the vets tomorrow or next day. Are you telling me Marley's back, Jim? Is Marley back? I thought Marley had gone. She's getting sick again. Back to the vets. Yeah, Kitty's saying, "Oh, she came back." I didn't know she was back, Jim. That's that. Wow. When did she come back? Uh, who pulled the pork, Ken? Kendo. Kendo. £5 pulled pork cab roll 2. £3 for a shag, says Spanish. The only festival. Oh, all right. Here we go. Kendo. The only festival I went to was at Cadnor Park. ELP was on, and Brit Floyd, as well as a couple of other rock bands. Rocket, mate. Yeah. And Mascara says a mix of two-stroke oil and petrol, but yeah, you need to oil the chain. I think it does it. I thought it did it as it went along. See, it just shows you what I know. I don't know. um, you need the oil, Jimmy. I see. Right. I think we've caught up now, haven't we? Oh, right. So Jimmy says, yeah. She arrived back about 3 days after disappearing. She never does that ever. So thought she was dead, Rob. Yeah, if I remember rightly, Jim, I think it was really hot as well, because my partner's cat, whenever it's hot, he can disappear for like 2 days, 3 days, and he just he comes in and eats food, or he just goes mousing because he's one of those cats. Sorry, he's ill again, Jim, and I hope you don't get mugged off too much by those bloody vets, because they do mug you off, don't they? They really do. What else? So yeah, defleed the cat. Oh yeah. Um, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. I want to tell you about my disagreement with the council. Got an allotment story, but I will do that a bit later. It's already 20 to 9. I've been waffling on. Yeah. Well, I just want to do a story. So I've got about. I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories. So I'm going to try and and then we'll have a little trivia quiz. I'm also going to try and get some memes in tonight as well. Bear with me when it comes to the whole presenting thing. I'm just going to try and see if I can just do something. Bear with me 1 second. Da, 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 da. Documents. downloads. Where is this? Desktop. Telegram desktop. Oh, there we go. Right, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I wanted to play. So I'm going to just try and do some of this stuff. So let me just pause this a second. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I've got that there. So I'm going to come back to you now. Bear with. I'm going to do a present. And I saw this on Telegram, and I wanted to share it with you and see what you think. It's about a guy that he sees. He's discovered that trees give out electricity. And I just wonder what your thoughts are on this. You know, it's just quite amazing, really. So let me just share the screen. Window. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's just take myself out. Okay, so let's share that. Okay, and let's take my. I've just been told there was no sound. Someone messaged me. Sorry about that. I don't know how I can get the sound going. I don't know why it won't play the sound. Let me just try it. If I remove myself, let me just try it one more time. Okay, just 1 second. Did you have sound then? Was there sound then? Was there sound then, someone? Doo, doo, doo. Just waiting for someone to answer because I took myself out then. I've saved it, Jim. I have saved it onto my Windows, but for some reason, I don't know why. I should ask Pete because Pete does this all the time. There was no sound. There was no sound or vision. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Basically, there was a guy, he was demonstrating that trees give out electric, no audio or video. Okay. He was demonstrating that trees give out electricity, which I thought was absolutely incredible. And he literally, with a moringa tree, he wrapped cable, electric cable, like copper cable around it. And because he felt he was climbing the tree one day and he felt that he got a shock from the tree. And hello, Lops, nice to see you. And so he got a cable and he put a cable around the tree where he saw this little bit of a knot, and then he put a meter on it, and he could see that it was giving off electricity. And then he demonstrates that you can literally charge your phone. He ran an electric saw off it and everything. I just thought it was absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like that. I really hadn't. Now, what else was I going to show you? Let's have a look. Yeah, just some memes that I'll do. Don't know. Talking of beaches, I've got a meme here. Again, let's see if I can bloody get it to work. Where are we? Let's come back. Present. Screen share. I don't know if I can get to it. Window. Hotmail. Summer memes. There we go. Okay. Here's some memes. Look. For you. There we go. Let me just see if I'm definitely on there. If you can definitely see that. Yeah. When you walk into a store with air conditioning, I hope you can see this. If you can't, I'm buggered, aren't I? When fans and AC off for 2 minutes during summer. There's that one. When you want to get in shape for the summer, but life is hard. Summer is finally here. Watch out, the mosquitoes are coming. Beach is open, time to steal food. Summer's going to be incredible. When you get home from the beach and the kids take off their bathing suits and shoes. And when you open your car door in the summer. Is your air conditioning working? Is your air conditioning working? I don't know if you saw those memes, by the way, or they're just like up here like that. But I was actually sharing them. Yeah, I'm buggered. Okay, cheers for that. I won't bother. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to get Pete to give me a lesson in how to share stuff on here. Oh, Jim says, I remember 30 years ago, Tomorrow's World was showing how a rubber plant makes a great antenna to receive radio signals. I used to love Tomorrow's World, Jim. I used to absolutely love Tomorrow's World. Here's a story for you. Okay, so I am gonna. I know this will definitely work. So let me just. Okay, so let me now share this with you. So this is a story about cancer and why. Oh no, not that one. Present. Screen share. Screen share. Okay. So what's behind the worrying rise in cancer in young people? But people aged between 25 and 49 rises 22%. Experts are blaming processed foods, smoking, drinking, and even pollution. It then goes on to, it's saying about this girl, Jade, who was on Love Island or something. And yeah, she got a cancer of some sort. So I'm just going to go to the bit where it's talking about it. So, Professor Keaton Patel, Chief Scientist of Cancer Research UK, told Good Health cancer is typically a disease for older age when there are more changes in the cells, some of which have the potential to become cancerous. Over the last few decades, we've noticed alarming uptake in certain types of cancer in the UK in much younger people, particularly colon, womb, breast, and kidney cancer. Cases of thyroid cancer are also soaring among 15 to 39-year-olds, according to figures from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation of the University of Washington School of Medicine. Between 1990 and 2019, there was an 81% increase in cancers in this age group in the G20 nations, compared to a 24% increase in all cancers. And UK figures predict that thyroid cancer cases overall will rise even further by 74% between 2014 and 2035. What is exactly driving this dramatic rise in early onset cancers is unclear, but experts believe changes in diet, consuming more processed foods and refined sugar, and overuse of antibiotics, both of which affect the microbiome, the trillions of microbes that live inside us, alongside reduced physical activity, obesity, smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, and pollution, all play a part. Don't mention the treble top. Don't mention that, okay? That's why I also think that we're getting this this increase. Exposure to these factors in late childhood or early teens, possibly before, can lead to changes in biology that allows cancer to develop at an early age, says Professor Patel. Blah, blah, blah. He says he is definitely seeing more young people, men and women, with colorectal cancer in his clinic. And so there's another Love Island star, and it says here, Sammy Aleshi, 23, another Love Island star. She also had a scar after fans spotted a lump on her neck while she was on TV and urged to get it checked. Because the gut microbiome in younger people is not assembled correctly, it cannot educate the gut's immune system or protect the bowel from environmental factors that cause cancer, he explains. It's like an internal climate crisis, and the loss of internal biodiversity leads to cancer and contributes to other chronic health problems such as metabolic syndrome, autoimmune diseases, and depression. Understanding what is behind this dramatic rise in the subject of this major new study by Cancer Grand challenges a collaboration between Cancer Research UK and National Cancer Institute. In particular, are increasing faster than any other cancer in the UK, and the highest number of cases are in younger and middle-aged women, peaking in women aged 45 to 49, figures show. Latest figures from the Cancer Research show the number of people diagnosed with thyroid cancer increased by 65% between 2006 and 8 and 2016 and 18 in comparison to liver cancer. The next biggest increase rose around 40%. Skin cancer around 30%, and pancreatic cancer by around 10%. Now, I find that quite an interesting one that they say about the skin cancer, because they encourage everyone to put on chemicals when they go out into the sun. And I've got another sun story as well. But yeah, this is all about why are people getting cancer. They're trying to blame all these other factors as well. There's another one who had an irritating niggle and turned out to be cancer. And it talks about what is thyroid cancer. So I'm not going to go all about it. But yeah, it's trying to blame everything to me, but everything but the big elephant in the room, in my humble opinion. What do you say, people? That's just my opinion. And by the way, what are you drinking tonight? Tonight, Lidl are doing very cheeky little pina coladas, and they sell out very, very quickly. They're only £1. Pound. So this is my pound drink tonight. Sunrise pina colada. And let's open this up. And got this very nice glass here. Look at this. Do you like this glass? Look at that. That's very nice, isn't it? I found it outside a pub. So I just thought I'd bring it home, give it a home. Cheers, everyone. Bottoms up. What are you drinking? Thank you very much. Oh, Mascara says it's tea again for me. You're not going to sing, Rob, are you? No, I'm not going to bloody sing. Who said I was going to sing? You're just jealous. I know you, Spanish. Yeah, you just want them. I know. You puff. Tea leaf, Robert. How dare you, Kendo? It's a jam jar. Yeah, it probably is. You're right, Nick. See, it's not a glass, really. It's just a jam jar. Look, see? You're right, Nick. It's just a jam jar. Water tonight, says Kitty. What's Chicken saying? Oh, what's happened? Mascara. Oh, my brother died of blood cancer 2 months ago. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, and he had the treble top, didn't he, Spanish? What's Chris saying? Did you see that video where someone said cancer was actually parasites? Chris, I'd love you to send me that. I've not seen that. Send us a link or post it into Telegram if you can. I'd really like to see that actually. Yeah, what do you all think? Don't you think that it's just like the big elephant in the room, isn't it? They're just not talking about the most obvious things, and that is that we've just had a lockdown where they encouraged most of the population to take an experimental drug, and I know most of us here in this forum didn't take it, and but I don't know about you, but everyone I know that has taken it has got some sort either keeps getting ill or has now got a sort of illness of some sort. So I like this story as well, and I heard about this on the radio the other day actually. Let me share this one with you as well. Present, share screen. Here we go. Hope for thousands of couples battling unexplained infertility. Hormone treatment may double their chances of having a baby, study finds. Let's just make that nice and big for you. A cheap hormone treatment could more than double the odds of a couple with unexplained infertility having a baby, research suggests. The study compared couples trying to conceive naturally with couples where the woman used a vaginal progesterone treatment during the second half of her menstrual cycle. It found that among the women treated with progesterone, 11 out of 72, 15.3%, had babies. Among those who weren't treated, only 5%, or 5 out of the 71, which is 7%, had babies. Although the birth rate was more than doubled with treatment, researchers said the small numbers in the study mean that this could have happened by chance. But they suggested that if a larger trial has similar results, the treatment could ultimately benefit many people living with infertility around the world. The study was presented at the annual meeting of European Society of Human Reproduction by blah, blah, blah. All couples included had unexplained infertility, a diagnosis that affects around 1/3 of couples referred to facilities services. Big money in fertility, big money. It also carries far less clinical risk and physical and emotional burden for the couples involved. We need to do further research to prove these results in a larger group of people, but this trial suggests a potential treatment for couples with unexplained fertility. Given its safety and low price, that means they probably won't go any further with the treatment. There is no harm in offering this treatment in the meantime. All the women in the study used ovulation test kits to plan intercourse for 3 menstrual cycles. Half of them were given treatment of 400 milligram of progesterone via a twice daily vaginal suppository for 14 days. Experts say vaginal progesterone has been safely used for more than 30 years with minimal side effects alongside other fertility treatments such as IVF. The cost for 3 months of treatment would be around £171 or less than $218. For comparison, the cost of a round of IVF can be as much as £5,000. Infertility is a condition where a couple cannot get pregnant despite having regular, unprotected sex. While statistics vary in the NHS says 16% of couples trying for a baby won't succeed after a year of trying. Treatment like drugs or surgery is available in some cases, but in a quarter, no underlying cause of infertility can be found. Progesterone is a female sex hormone with a variety of function. After ovulation, progesterone helps prepare the uterus for the implantation of a fertilized egg, so an artificial boost can help this process. Progesterone treatments are already prescribed for some women getting treatment for the menopause. It can come in a variety of forms, such as oral tablets, as well as pills that can be inserted vaginally. Professor blah 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 from Northern Lisbon Hospital Centre and Hospital de Santa Maria, who was not involved in this research, said this study indicates that progesterone could also be used from the time a woman ovulates to help a fertilized egg implant in the womb in cases of unexplained infertility. If it's proven in a larger study, this treatment could reduce miscarriage and increase the chances of having a baby for these couples with unexplained infertility. There we go. Progesterone in America, you can get progesterone. You can buy progesterone really, really easily. And progesterone it has a very, very calming effect on the body for women as well. But progesterone is really, really hard for women to get in this country. But it looks like they're finally trying to encourage women, or they're finally going down the road of giving it to women. But again, infertility, is it linked to the big elephant in the room? The treble top, 3-dart finish. You just don't know, do you? What do you say? What say you? What are people saying? Nick. Chris, I know someone who's gotten pulmonary fibrosis out of the blue. He never worked in a hazardous environment that would have caused it, but was triple tapped or triple topped even. Yep, there we go. Pulmonary fibrosis. Blimey. Spanish, get some sperm, simples. Untapped or topped sperm, simples. It's like all these, Chris says, it's like all these young people who have died are reported in the news, but they never mention if they were given the old treatment or not. Absolutely right, Chris. Kendo says, I would offer my sperms, but they have Zimmer frames. Oh dear. Jimmy says the damage is done long time ago. Infertility is a major issue globally. They think they can fix it with uncontrolled migration. It will fail. Absolutely, Jim. Yeah. Mascara Snake. We're heading for a depopulation crisis, not overpopulation. Chris says they want everyone to become sodomites so they can depopulate themselves. So you were premature then, Chris, says Spanish. Most women wait till they're 30 to consider having a baby, career choice, but that when they do, their chances of having a baby are reduced significantly. Absolutely right, Jim. I completely concur with you there. And again, that's part of the whole plan, isn't it? It's about trying to, have fun, FOMO, fear of missing out. Don't miss out on anything. Just keep having lots and lots and lots of fun. It's all right for men. Men can keep having babies right up until they're old, but then again, or can they? Because apparently the sperm count in men is getting lower and lower these days as well. So you do wonder, don't you? Um, uh, Nick GB, Chris, my kids were little shits. Okay. Miss Blue Sky says, I don't get it. I thought progesterone was used as birth control, yet it can help couples conceive. Yep. Yeah. Apparently so. Um, yeah. And here's a very strong message from Kitty. And for anyone watching from the past, this is the future. But if you're watching from the past, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you very much. If you like the show, hit that like button. And if you're not a member, please subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe to Jimmy's show. Jimmy's back, and he's also got Raconteurs News. He's got his own website now. He's got the website running up and running even. So do subscribe to Jimmy's show. And don't forget, you got Pete and Cookie on a Monday and a Wednesday. I'll be watching tomorrow, Pete, if you're in the chat still. And also, we've got the Tagoose. Steve Tagoose. I don't know if Steve's in tonight. I don't think he is. I haven't seen him. You got Steve Tagoose on Thursday, but Jimmy does now Saturday nights, as long as you're able to stay up and not fall asleep like some of us do. So apologies in advance, Jim, if I do. Right. Let's have a look. Rich T says the demise of nightclubs has contributed to a fall in pregnancy rates. Do you know what, Rich? I think you're absolutely right there. I think that, people don't know how to communicate anymore, do they? They don't know how to chat up women, or they're afraid. How dare you chat me up? How dare you? You're just not allowed to do it, are you, these days? Matty Boy Skates is in. My troops are all good. Yeah, you're right. You listened to your father, didn't you? About don't get the yeah, yeah. If there's any very attractive ladies out there, I'd like to say that my son, you know, he's available. He'd probably hate me for saying that. I don't mind people falling asleep during the show. I have max respect for the elderly. Thank you very much, Jim. I've got a story about sleeping as well, actually, because I also said that I like to have a snooze. Good prices too, May says. Well, you getting it? You paying? For, you're going to sell them, are you, Matt? Your little fellas. You're going to sell your little fellas. Uh, Spanish says, "Chat up, women can't even hold the door open now. For fuck's sake." Yeah, it's very true. Yeah. Where's my other one? Oh, and here's one. Now, I was talking about being on the beach and topping up my suntan as well. And I wanted to share this. Now I talked about SSRIs before, and here's another story for you. Um, Here we go. Heatwave warning to millions on antidepressants as users share shocking pictures of little known but agonizing side effect that means they can blister in the heat. Common side effects of SSRIs include dizziness, headaches, and drowsiness. But they may also hinder the body from regulating temperatures properly. However, experts warn that those who take SSRIs, which we talked about here, should not stop their medication. Well, yeah, I'm not a doctor, and so this is not a doctor telling you, but try vitamin B3, niacinamide, instead of SSRIs. Niacinamide in high doses is very good for your depression. Millions of Brits taking antidepressants have been warned their medication may make them more susceptible to sun damage and overheating, experts have said. And patients sharing pics of their painful burns warned even sun cream may not be enough to protect them. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, such as sertraline, and commonly used to treat depression, in the UK, but can increase sensitivity to sunlight, putting users at greater risk of burning. I know someone who can't go out in the sun, and they told me this as well. The powerful drugs can also inhibit the body's internal temperature regulation system, leaving users in danger of overheating. Whilst patients are already warned about the side effect in drug information leaflets, this risk of taking SRIs is relatively unknown. And here's a tweet from someone. I had no clue at the time, but antidepressants can really increase sun sensitivity. Or this was my experience at least. I did everything I normally did when I was in the sun, but during that time in 2018, I was also on an SSRI. Info below. And look, this woman is absolutely red like a lobster. In one Twitter post, um, Miss Bethan from Liverpool shared a painful snap of the burn she suffered in 2018 despite regularly applying Factor 50 sunscreen. She wrote, I had no clue at the time, but antidepressants can really increase sun sensitivity. Or this was my experience, as I've just said. And there's another one, Amber. I walked from the car to the door at Audi and back again. SSRI sun sensitivity is no joke. Look at this. Look at that blister. Look. That's walking from the car. In another, oh, that's what she just said. And there we are. And Cetronine, a common antidepressant, is a group of drugs known as SRI or selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Users recently took to social media to share their shock and their own experiences of suffering the little known side effect. Over 8 million Brits take antidepressants, according to recent NHS figures. But not all types of antidepressants are linked to heat sensitivity. Common SSRIs include brands like Prozac, Zoloft, Celaxa, Lepraxo, and Paxil, with official data showing over 2 million Brits have taken them over the past 5 years. Frequent side effects of these include indigestion, dizziness, headaches, and diarrhea, or constipation, according to the NHS. Insomnia, drowsiness, and feeling agitated, shaky, or anxious are among other common side effects reported. So you've got sun sensitivity, excess sweating, insomnia, indigestion, and loss of libido. They sound great, don't they, to really cheer you up? But they could also trigger excessive sweating and in some cases dry mouth problems that can be exacerbated during periods of hot weather, increasing the risk of dehydration and heat stroke. Research also suggests that they may also affect how the body thermoregulates, which could trigger heat-related side effects, according to the Royal College of Psychiatrists. What exactly triggers heat-related side effects from taking them in some patients and how common is unknown. However, studies have suggested that drugs can trigger changes in the melanin content in cells, increasing the risk of sunburn. But with more people reporting changes in how they feel during extremely hot weather and greater clinical trials, it could lead to more conclusive evidence, experts have said. Apart from leaving you with sore skin, prolonged sun damage can prematurely age the skin, photoaging increasing the risk of precancerous skin growths and skin cancers. It comes as high pressure is set to see warm weather continue for many parts of the UK into the weekend. This was back on the 23rd, by the way. Cardiff, we'll see blah, 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 blah. And this is Rebecca explains this despite me repeatedly applying Factor 50. Well, how long did you stay out there as well, my love? You know? And yeah, bit crazy, really. Friendly reminder, because I had no idea. Psych meds can change how your skin reacts to the sun. Don't be a peeling Patricia like me. Get that higher factor sun cream on. No, just don't go out in it, love. There we go. Look, and there she is peeling. Blah 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 blah. There we go. So I think that's enough for that story. And it's just showing it. Here we are. How depressants in teens have risen in England. So you can see what's this? This is the age group. Oh my God, look at that. Compared, they just dish out drugs. It's an industry, isn't it? How antidepressants in young adults have risen in England. Look at that. Yep. Lovely. That's great. So there you go. Let's stop sharing that. Let's come back to the chat and see what was going on in the chat here. What what people been saying about this. Let's have a look. Where did I leave my highlighter? There you are. Jimmy says he would never hold a door open for a woman, safer just to kick them through. Jim, I've seen some pretty violent videos coming out of Ireland in Dublin and stuff. It's getting pretty bad over there, isn't it? Uh, Matty boy, I met a Swedish bird once and held the door open for her, and she didn't know what to do. That's sad, isn't it? That's really sad. Spanish chicken says sun cream is shite. Absolutely. I did have sunstroke. Kitty says here, fuck that sunstroke. When back in '76, I was holidaying with my parents and everything back on the Isle of Wight, and '76 was a heat wave, and I don't know, people weren't that educated about sun cream and stuff back in '76. I don't know even how much was available or whatever. I was out in my rubber dinghy, my legs were hanging out. I had the best time, the sun and the salt water's coming up onto my legs and everything and hitting my body occasionally. And then I go in hours later and I'm thinking, oh, I look a bit red. I feel a bit hot. And we went to a place called Black Gang Chine, I think that night. And we got a coach there. Honestly, I threw up on the coach. I started walking around, gave up. I was in so much agony, and I had proper sunstroke, and I really learned how to not mess around with the sun that day. I do blame my parents because they should have educated me about it and should have, but I don't know if they were educated at the time. So you just never know, do you? That's the problem. Lobster mascara snake. Yeah, she was like a lobster. Um, Nick, I took Serozat in the 90s, and they made me suicidal. Took me ages to get off them. They are poison. Absolutely. Yeah, gingers suffer, don't they, Chris, as well in the sun? My eldest son is a ginger, and yeah, he has to be very, very careful. Jimmy says, "What makes people think sunscreen has any benefit at all? I would prefer to trust a local drug dealer than a regulator." Yeah. Kitty says, "Use vinegar on sunburn. It helps a lot. I know people have done it. Plus, I've tried it too. It did work." There we go. Uh, they should add suicidal thoughts to that list. I would agree with you there, Nick. Yeah, absolutely. Miss Blue Sky says, Spanish chicken says, olive oil and vinegar is what my dad used. Yeah, there we go. Spanish is concurring. So depressed people need all the vitamin D they can get. Their meds is deterring them from getting the sun. Says it all. And how come this has been mentioned now as people's been taking it for years? Yeah, it's true. Vitamin D naturally raises your serotonin levels. And so if you're on the antidepressant drugs that are meant to raise your serotonin levels, you can't go out in the sun and get the vitamin D. It's a really, really good point. Really good point. Um, uh, Mud is better than sunscreen. Yeah, get down to Glastonbury. See, little link there. Little link there. Uh, Chris says, I'm going to change my name to Bariatric Barry now I've reached 15 stone. Spanish says, are you back on the biscuits? No, Spanish, still running up the stairs. Of course he is. There you go. Jimmy says, Ireland is... oh, no, hang on. Here we go. Where is it? Ireland is a violent place, Rob, but I don't think the carry-on of people here is unique. No, a lot of migrants still coming over, isn't there, Jen? Nick says, I hear sunscreen causes skin cancer. It's alleged. I can't say that. It's your opinion, isn't it, Nick? I mean, what, putting chemicals all over you, the biggest organ of your body is your skin, isn't it? Let's put chemicals all over the biggest organ in the body, and then let's heat it up. And let's not let that biggest organ in the body breathe either. Remember that. Your skin needs to breathe. And I know I go on about it, but that's why I put on my salve. Trying to buy myself. I put on my salve, and I'll go out in the sun for, I'll sunbathe for about half an hour, and then I'll take cover, and then I might do another half an hour later, and that's it. And then I'll put on my salve again afterwards, and in the evening after I've had a shower and everything, I'll put on my. And I've gone quite brown. You probably can't see, but anyway, I've gone quite brown. But I haven't burnt at all, not once. And I've been to the beaches plenty of times in the last couple of weeks. Sean's been a bit deep here. Waking up from personified illusion frees one from distortion of aspirations. Deep, man, deep. Ireland was a violent place long before migrants. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for that. Thanks, Nick. Spot on, Rob. Yeah, thank you. And Spanish says antiperspirant or deodorant is bad for you. Thank you again, Spanish. I don't even use antiperspirant or deodorant anymore. I use. I know I might sound like an advert here, but I genuinely put on my own CBD salve under my armpits, and I don't sweat. If I do, I mean, certainly since I gave up smoking as well, I do not hardly ever sweat now, unless I'm really running or chopping wood or anything like that. But yeah, I don't, and those have got bad chemicals in as well. Those deodorants, although there are some organic ones allegedly that are out there. But yeah, it is bad for you. Jimmy says, number one rule: do not sit out in the sun with oil on your skin. People are not chip fryers. I'm not going to concur. I'm not going to completely agree with you there, Jim. Coconut oil is very good for your skin, and it contains a lot. I think it's lauric acid, and the closest thing, and breast milk has got lauric acid, I believe, and it's very good for your skin. So yeah, but yeah, you shouldn't stay out there too long anyway, should you? You really shouldn't. Slide that again. Yeah, Kitty's concurring with me. It blocks your pores. Yeah. And Nick says it's full of aluminium deodorants. Yep. It's on the label. It's on. Jim says you won't sweat with oil on your skin. It blocks the pores. That is also not good. We sweat for a good reason. Yeah, I agree, Jim. Yeah. But again, even if you're walking, it's not again, it's 6 and 1, half a dozen of the other, isn't it? It really is. So let's do another story. Which is this one? Oh yeah, here's another one to do with summer and drinks and stuff like that. So here's another one for you. Share screen. Okay. Now that summer coffee shop frappe can be worse for you than eating 5 Kit Kats. Eye-watering levels of sugar in drinks sold by Costa, Starbucks, Nero and McDonald's revealed. High street coffee giants are packing their summer drinks with up to 5 Kit Kat bars worth of sugar, an investigation shows. Mail online audit can reveal how many of the chains are offering seasonal drinks far in excess of the NHS recommended daily sugar limit. Campaigners have warned the drinks, which are particularly popular with children and teenagers, will only add to Britain's obesity epidemic. Absolutely. In the worst case, Costa Coffee's Blueberry Bubble Frappe Light Whip contains an astonishing 49.3 grams of sugar, as much as 12 teaspoons of sugar. Oh my God. The guidance states that the average adult should have no more than 30 grams or 7 teaspoons per day. And here we are. So we've got Nero Frappe has 24.6 grams, 6 teaspoons. Starbucks salted caramel cream cold brew has 4.5 teaspoons. McDonald's strawberry and cream frappe has 8 teaspoons, and Costa blueberry bubble frappe light whip has 12 teaspoons. That's ridiculous. Sugar found naturally in milk, fruit, and vegetables do not count to the limit. Nero's tropical fro frappe served with semi-skims contains 6 teaspoons worth. And yeah, I've just said all of that. Zoe Davis, nutritionist and action on sugar, said, year after year, we see large coffee shop chains selling these drinks, many of which are loaded with excessive sugar and calories. These seasonal drinks are not an occasional treat. They are sold heavily advertised year round, but with different flavors. Given obesity costs to the NHS around 6.5 billion a year, and is the second biggest cause of cancer, coffee shops must step up and do more to reduce the amount of sugar in these drinks and be more transparent about the amount of sugar in their products at the point of sale. Our advice to customers, if they want to enjoy one of these drinks, is to ask for less syrup and choose the smallest size. The findings come as the government announced tens of thousands more NHS patients could receive a game-changing weight loss drug in a desperate bid to tackle obesity. Nearly 1 in 3 Britons are classified as obese, making the UK one of the worst countries in Europe for obesity, behind Malta and Turkey. 5 million people are estimated to be at risk of type 2 diabetes. The manufacturers of these drinks are irresponsible and deserve to have the book flung at them. Paul Evans of the British Obesity Society and School Health UK said, you see adults and children sipping on these drinks, inevitably contributing to spiraling obesity rates across the board. It's astonishing there is so little conversation about the irresponsible sugar levels contained in these drinks. A Costa spokesman said, we know our customers love visiting us for their everyday favourites or a summery treat with friends and family. We are proud to offer a balanced range of drinks, which also includes as part of our summer menu a fruity range of refreshers, which can also be enjoyed for under 40 calories. Starbucks said, we are committed to helping customers make informed and improved choices that work for them, offering a range of customization options such as choosing our smallest size. And they're all going on and telling people. And then there's an explore the interactive Eat Well guide and that rubbish, you know. There we go. Yeah, it's all of that. Drink 6 cups of glass of water a day. Yeah, and all that rubbish. So there we go. I personally never have those things. He says as he's drinking his sugary drink. Cheers. Yeah, I never have those. Let's see. Let's go back up. Where do we? Right. Miss Blue Sky saying, agree with Rob. There are natural oils which have low levels of SPF, like coconut oil and wheat germ oil. There we are. Yeah, if you look it up, it does say they do have some SPF levels. You're absolutely right, Miss Blue Sky, and thank you for reminding us. Lop says vodka with essential oil and colloidal silver is a good boo basher. I don't know what a boo basher is, Lops, but I do like a bit of colloidal silver. Yeah. Chris says more sugar, please. The sun, Nick says, the sun bleaches black people. Okay. And Miss Blue Skies said frappes are addicting. Luckily, they cost a lot to have every day. Yeah, they do cost a lot, I think. Spanish says, don't consume any of that shit. Fuck them. Rich T says, I never enter large chain establishments. They are full of sheeple. Lops is going on about how fast his internet speed is. Gin and tonic is very acceptable, says Spanish. And Kitty likes rhubarb and ginger gin. Excellent. And heat wave, what is it? Here's another story for you. At 9:30, we've got half an hour to go. Let me just share this with you then. Present. Share screen. I quite like this. I always go on about this. Why your GP may soon prescribe a gut bacteria drug to treat IBS and even arthritis. Gut microbes are key to good health. That's pretty much the accepted mantra these days. As the evidence for their benefits grows, they've been shown to influence everything from organ function to mood to disease risk. Keeping the community of microorganisms, including bacteria, fungi, and viruses that live in the digestive tract balanced, helps keep us healthy, whilst an imbalance can cause illness. We can influence the balance through what we consume. For example, fiber, fermented food, and probiotic supplements are thought to boost good gut bacteria, but it can also be done therapeutically. Fecal microbiota transplantation, FMT, I've heard about this, for instance, is used to treat Clostridioides difficile, C. diff infection, which can cause severe diarrhea. Last year, C. diff led to 14,000 hospitalizations in England alone. FMT rebalances gut bacteria to a healthier mix. Scientists have now gone a step further, developing therapies that target gut bacteria. These therapies primarily developed as a safer and more convenient alternative to FMT for C. diff infections contain live bacteria that are currently going through clinical trials with a number of recently approved by the drug regulators in the US and Australia. Experts say these advances have paved the way for a future of pharmaceuticals that directly target our gut microbiome and could one day treat a range of conditions that have been linked with gut bacteria, including arthritis, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, hypertension, obesity, even cancer. Remember, your gut is your second brain, and that's why you get that thing where they say go with your gut instinct, because if your gut's not healthy, then your brain's not working properly. The new medication approvals are leading to a paradigm shift. A clinical associate professor and honorary consultant in gastroenterology in Nottingham University, they show we can now have advanced microbiome-based therapies which are not standard drugs per se, though the complex medical regulatory process to reach the bedside. The fact that C. diff infection is being targeted is not random. C. diff infection is particularly difficult to treat because it's a clever bacteria. It's a blah, blah, blah. In its natural state in soil, it forms inactive spores and has a coating that allows it to travel through the environment and into the human body without being damaged. Once it's ingested, it loses the coating and germinates in its active form. C. diff bacteria are found naturally in a healthy gut and don't normally cause problems. However, the balance of the gut microbiome is disrupted, explains Dr. Blah Blah explains. C. diff can take over and produce multiple toxins that attack the gut lining, causing symptoms such as cramp, fever, nausea, and diarrhea. Taking antibiotics can disrupt that balance, allowing C. diff to multiply. Yeah, if you take antibiotics, it knocks out all your friendly gut bacteria as well. The infection in blah, 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 it's gone on about it. Let's just go to the bottom here. So they're basically, and here it says, in my mind, these are now a huge advance on FMT, says Simon Goldenberg, a consultant microbiologist and infection control doctor at Guy's and St Thomas's in London. Plus, the route of administration for these is a drawback. Patients can be put off by an enema. Vowst, which was approved by the US Food and Drug Administration in April, is an oral capsule with 50 species of Firmicutes bacteria spores from donors. Firmicutes are normally abundant in a healthy microbiome and are thought to outcompete with C. diff for nutrients to restore gut health. In a trial published in the New Journal of Medicine last year, C. diff patients were far less likely to experience recurring infection after receiving the drug rather than the placebo. Vowst seems to be a genuine advance in microbiome therapy. They have manipulated the sample to get rid of unnecessary bacteria and get it down to the most beneficial microbes. So basically, they want you to swallow poo-poo. But there are barriers ahead for these new therapies, one being the cost. Dr. Monahan says an antibiotic such as vancomycin is relatively cheap at £200 to £400 per course, whilst Rebiota is said to cost £7,000 and Vowst £14,000. My God, the cost of some of these drugs. Would you believe that? Let's come back to the chat here. What are people saying? They're talking about people talking amongst themselves here. Parasites. Yep. Kendo says, who trusts the FDA these days? Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, so there's some chat about gingers and things going on there. So I'm just going to zoom through these last couple of stories. I'm also going to just put in. I'm going to put if anyone wants to join me for a chat, because I'm going to put this in the link here. If anyone fancies jumping on and having a chat, please do so. I'm also now just going to give you the last couple of stories. Okay, present, share screen, and I like this story. Here we go. This is all about me on the beach. Regular daytime naps may slow down brain shrinkage by 7 years. Napping during the day could help older people like me keep mentally sharp by reducing brain shrinkage. From the age of 35, the brain shrinks 0.2 to 0.5% per year, and even more after the age of 60. This can contribute to senior moments, memory lapses, and even cognitive impairment and dementia. But studies suggest people who habitually nap during the day have a larger brain volume, meaning their brain may shrink less over time. Compared to people who do not habitually nap, regular nappers could have a brain 2.6 to 6.5 years younger on average, it is estimated. See, I knew it. The brain size results for 35,000 people in the UK did not simply look at how regular people said they napped. This snapshot it did not simply look at how they. This snapshot question can be misleading, as people might be napping due to health conditions like high blood pressure or cardiovascular disease, which might make them more sleepy and also affect their brain shrinkage rate. So researchers instead looked at people's lifelong genetic predisposition to taking regular naps, which more clearly shows if napping itself affects the brain. Victoria Garfield, the author of the study from blah, 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 our findings suggest that for some people, short daytime naps may be part of the puzzle that could help preserve the health of the brain as we get older. I hope studies such as this one, showing the health benefits of short naps, can help to reduce any stigma that still exists around daytime napping. More than a quarter of people over 65 nap through the day, according to previous research from the UK and Netherlands, as do almost 14% of adults aged 16 to 64. There is evidence that brain benefits of a brief nap of only 5 to 15 minutes can last up to, but can last up to 3 hours. Come off there. The new study did not find people who regularly napped did better in visual memory tests of pairs of cards or were mentally faster, but they did have a larger brain volume, which could be because naps allow people to catch up on vital sleep, which can be of poorer quality past middle age. Sleep is known to be hugely important for protecting the brain from effects of aging. The researchers whose work is published in the journal Sleep Health looked at people aged 40 to 69 from the UK Biobank study. To work out how people's predispositions to napping, they used a previous study of volunteers who were asked how often they napped during the day, to which they could answer they did so usually, sometimes, or rarely, never, and those answers were checked using sleep trackers. Because these people also had their genes analysed, it was possible to work out the genetic profile of people who usually nap during the day compared to those who don't. So the results suggest that the effect of napping could be a brain 15.8 cubic centimeters larger than average. There we go. And it says that suggests a habitual napper may have a brain the equivalent of 2.6 to 6.5 years younger, based on expected brain shrinkage. And then it's got tips on getting better sleep. It says keep regular sleep hours. Don't force it. Create restful space. Get moving. Ease off the caffeine. And there you go. So that's that story. Let's just stop sharing that. And so I'm back there. Oh, now how did I do that? I don't know. Let's stop sharing that. Okay. Yeah. So napping is so important for you, isn't it? Because during or sleep even, because during the night you make melatonin at night, and during the day you make serotonin, and that's why it's really important to have an environment in your bedroom where it's completely dark. I always sleep better if I'm on holiday and I go out into the country and there's only natural light and there's no lighting, artificial lighting outside my window. I always sleep better. Always. I love it when you can't see your hand in front of your face. You think, that's dark, man. That's really dark. I really like that. I like that, Tony. Supposedly, if you stick a radish up your arse, it aids digestion, and it's SP's case, ovulation. Oh dear. They're still talking about ginger nuts, and I think the cat and everything. Chris says, "I never let work get in the way of us of sleep." Jimmy shagging cats and donuts. Okay. Miss Blue Sky says, "Love a snooze when you need it, and just got to time it right. Otherwise, you will be up at night with the owls." Yeah, absolutely. Don't overdo your snoozes. I mean, the Spanish have led the way, haven't they? Siestas. When you go to Spain, they shut the shops at about 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock or something like that, and they go and have their naps. Because it's also so hot over there as well. Kendo says, I'm always kipping. I have the brain of a 20-year-old, not. Oh, dear. People saying hello to Tony. And Spanish says, 6 beers and I'm sleeping like Jack Ruby. No, well, you weren't on Saturday, was you? Because you had about 8 of them, I think. Mind you did fall asleep over Jimmy's show, I think, didn't you, as well? Spanish says, best time for a sleep is when you're driving. Actually, it's hard when someone's driving and you're in a car. It's quite hard, isn't it, to stay awake, especially if you're used to driving. Okay, and I've got last story, and then we're going to just do a quick quiz. Last story. So let's present the screen. Here we go. This is quite a nice one as well. Where is it? I like this. This is, and again, this is do with sleeping. So the 10 most common dreams and what they really mean. And begin. Chimes the teacher at the front of the exam hall, nodding at the clock above the door. The sigh of 100 students echoes before the clap of 100 pages on wood. You catch a glimpse of your best friend. He's smiling. Everyone is smiling. You look down and it's all a mess. None of these words make any sense. Why didn't you study? The question haunts you as you wake. Reality catches up. Buoyed by the realization you sat your A-levels 10 years ago, you feel safer, then slump at the prospect of another day in the office. Have you ever woken up wondering what on earth that dream was all about and whether there was some deeper meaning to it? Every night when we sleep, we will have around 5 dream episodes, which can last between 15 and 40 minutes. When asleep, our minds are active, creating stories and images that can be either vivid or fleeting, nonsensical or seemingly prophetic, terrifying or mundane. But certain dreams are more common than others, from visions of death to flying with thousands going online to search for a meaning. Get Laid Beds has teamed up with a sleep expert, Dr. Daisy May, to give some insight into the most common dreams based on Google search data and suggest some meaning behind them. Excuse me. So the number 1 most searches per month are teeth falling out. Number 2 is spiders. 3 is being chased. 4, hair falling out. 5, falling. 6, an ex. 7, flying. 8, death. 9, cheating. And 10, partner cheating. This is funny. Dreaming happens throughout the night, but our most vivid and often remembered dreams happen during rapid eye movement, REM sleep. While scientists have been studying dreams for years, the images that appear whilst we snooze are still incredibly misunderstood. According to experts, dreaming about teeth falling out is the highest searched term of each month with a whopping 22,000. Let's get to the interesting thing. So dreaming about your teeth falling out, the dream is an incredible common one, evidenced by the fact that it's the most searched for term. This is a really common dream. It often means that the dreamer is worried about losing something important to them. This could be a family member, relationship, or even a specific item. Only you know what you're worried about losing, but that's often what it's related to. Spiders. Spiders is a little more complicated, as the meaning of the dream can vary depending on the spider, what the spider is doing, and how you feel towards them. The meaning of the dream about spiders depends on the spiders we're actually doing in the dream. If there were spiders, if there were spiders around and you generally fear spiders, then it could be reflecting something that you're scared of in real life, whether this is a relationship worries, financial worries, or work worries. If a spider bit you, then it could be that you feel attacked or victimized by someone, and it's playing on your mind. It's also worth noting that the bigger the spider, the bigger the real life problem is. What about being chased? Being chased can reflect you are running away from your problems in real life, which is never a good thing. It could also mean that you're overwhelmed with life's responsibilities, whether childcare is getting on top of you or working life. Again, though, it's really better to pin down this problem, resolve it faster than you can. Dreaming about your hair falling out. Well, that's too late for me. Shut up, dog. Although you might expect them to be similar, dreaming about your teeth falling out and dreaming about your hair falling out can represent different things. Dreaming about your hair falling out, whether it be in clumps or every strand of your head, could often mean that you're fearing getting old or you're feeling less attractive in yourself. There's nothing you can do about getting older, but you can certainly improve your confidence levels by being kinder to yourself, recognizing your good qualities, or if you think it's really bad. Uh, Falling. If you dream about both falling and running away consecutively, this could suggest you've lost control over something and you're choosing not to address it. Um, Falling often indicates that someone can't control a specific situation in their life and may indicate anxiety over losing control of specific events in your life. So there you go. There you go. And that's that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the show. That is the Health Freedom news and interactive chat show for today. But we've got one more treat for you. We're going to do a little trivia quiz because I know how much you all like it. And what do you think about that? Yeah, what do you dream about? What does everyone dream about? Yeah, let's have a look. Anyone said? Oh, here we go. Chris says wet dreams are very disturbing in their content. Yeah, very good. Nick GB. I mean, Nick GB. I keep having dreams where I'm trying to shout someone, but nothing comes out. Weird. I've had that before. Yeah, I've had that before. You should look it up and tell us what it means, Nick. Um, yeah, since I've given up the wicked weed, I dream every night. I mean, it's been over 18 months now, and they're not so bad now. Um, and I don't feel so exhausted now, but at one point it was very, very exhausting. You know, you just felt like you'd done a night shift somewhere. No. Oh dear. So I used to have a recurrent dream of trying to climb a hill, but not having the energy to complete the task. Oh. Uh, Mahat Malevolence is in. Hello, sir. Yanks have some weird fixation on teeth. Um, Mascara Snake says, I have a recurring nightmare where I'm being chased by a really sexy redhead and she never catches up with me. So Chris has a dream of being trapped in a room. That's a nightmare, yeah. Bedwetting is a thing, still happens. Miss Blue Sky says, I th- I think bad or stressful dreams are part of your detox response. Just like when you are stressed, you get ill or get insomnia, it eventually goes away, but you have to work out what the issues are. Well said, Miss Blue Sky. Well said. And work through the issues to get away from it and try to leave the situation or work on the issues or work on the issues. Kendo. I wallpapered the living room in my dream the other night. Kendo's an ex-decorator. He might still decorate. I don't know. Yeah, I can associate with this one. I pissed in my mother's cupboard once, Spanish, but not in the bed. Yeah, pissed in my mum's uh, um, cupboard, and then the following night, Jim, I chose her makeup bag. Oh dear. Ah dear. Um, Share screen. Dee, 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 dee. Here we go then. What am I going to choose? Hey, what am I going to choose? Am I going to choose general knowledge, dictionary, entertainment, history, food and drink, geography, or science and nature? Do you know what? I think we're going to go for a bit of general knowledge tonight. Yeah, let's go for a bit of general knowledge. Okay. Okay. Here we go. George Smiley was created by which author? Is it A, Ken Follett, B, John le Carre, C, Frederick Forsyth, or D, Graham Greene? I haven't a clue on this one. So there you go. George Smiley was created by which author? Ken Follett, A, B, C, or D? Ken Follett, John le Carre, Frederick Forsyth, or Graham Greene? What's your odds, folks? Okay, so we've got Kendo wants to go for history. So Mascara Snack is saying so we've got B, B, B. We've got lots of B's. Nick says not a clue. A, yeah, not Scooby Doo says Miss Blue Sky. I'm sorry if I'm honest with you, and it's a general knowledge as well. Okay, let's just click it already. Is it A? No. Is it C? No. Is it D? No. It is John le Carre. There we go. 1970 film starring Al Pacino, Dog Day what? 1975 film starring Al Pacino, Dog Day what? Is it afternoon, morning, evening, or night? A, B, C, or D? Is it afternoon, morning, evening, or night? Come on, answers on a postcard or in the chat. Not a clue. A. Oh, we've had that. Hi, Matt. Right, come on then. Miss Blue Sky saying A. Mascara saying A. Kendo saying A. What are we guessing here? Rich T is saying A. Okay, so we're going night. So Matt says night. I don't know the answer to this one as well. Nick GB says D. Night. Oh, so we've got some different answers here. Okay. Let's go. Let's find out, shall we? Is it afternoon? It's afternoon. It was A. Who said A? Who was saying A? Kitty said A. Miss Blue Sky said A. Rich said A. There we go. Okay, let's go back. Next. Which one of these words is similar to arbitrator? Is it A, midge, B, judge, C, badge, or C, caged? Is it or caged? Is it caged? Caged. No, caged. So is it midge, judge, badged, or cadge? Which one of these words is most similar to arbitrator? I haven't a clue on this one. What do you think? Matt says B, which is judge. Blue Sky, judge. Oh, arbitrator. Yeah, a judge. Yeah, he's an arbitrator. Yeah. All right, I think you're all getting this one right, aren't you? We know it's not A. We know it's not that. We know it's not that, and it is judge. There we go. Well done, you lot. In the 1161 radar range, what was the first commercial what? Oh, radar range. In 1161 radar range, what was the first commercial what? Radio station, aeroplane, drone, or microwave oven? The 11 radio. Oh, blimey. I'm going to guess radio station, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Is it radio? Is it A? B? Kitty saying A. Nick saying A. Make up your mind, Nick. You said B, then you said A. Jimmy says B. Aeroplane. Mascara says D. Microwave oven. Oh, Miss Blue Sky says A probably. Yeah, you see, I'm going with A, but I'm not convinced what it could be actually. Let's have a look. Is it an airplane? No. Is it a drone? No. Is it going to be the microwave oven or the radio? It was the microwave oven. Who said that? Who said? Yeah, it was. There you go. Right, back to the quiz. Which word does not contain a three-letter body part? A, telegraph, B, pharmacist, C, population, or D, tomatoes? I think that could be D. I don't know why. I'm not, this is hard general knowledge. This really is. Let's have a look. Is it A, telegraph? Spanish chicken drone. No, let's move on. Spanish. Come on. Kendo says D. Spanish says B. So tomatoes. Mascara says it's A. Telegraph. I've never heard. Which word does not contain a three-letter body part? What the fuck? Kitty says A. Mascara says A. Let's have a look. Is it D, tomatoes? No, it's not. Is it population? It was population. It was C. By what other name is an avocado sometimes called? Is it a greenback, cantaloupe, alligator pear, or rough coat? Oh, that's an interesting one. Spanish can't read shit here. In what other name is an avocado sometimes called? Is it A, greenback, B, cantaloupe, C, alligator pear, or D, rough coat? Come on. Miss Blue Skies says C. Kendo says C. Chris says B. Rich T says B. Nick says B. Matt says B. Spanish says C. Let's have a look. So we're saying it's definitely not that. We're saying, is it A? No. So here we go. Is it the cantaloupe or the alligator pear? It's the alligator pear. JAL is the national airline of which country? Is it Jordan, Japan, Jamaica, or Ukraine? JAL is the national airline of which country? Jordan, Japan, Jamaica, or Ukraine? A, B, C, or D? Answers on the postcard, mate, or here. Kendo says F knows, fuck knows. Jimmy saying A, Jordan. Chris says A. Mascara says B, Japan. Kitty says C, Jamaica. No, man, she did it herself. Sorry about that. Terrible joke. C, probably. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Ready? Is it A? No. Is it D? No. Is it Jamaica? No, it's Japan. Okay, question 8 of 10. We're nearly there now. Which are the common ingredients of lipstick? Bat wings and mouse droppings, cat gut and crushed beetles, cow dung and earthworms, or pig fat and fish scales? Oh! Is it A, bat wings and mouse droppings, B, cat gut and crushed beetles, C, cow dung and earthworms, or D, pig fat and fish scales? I'm going to go for D myself. That's disgusting, isn't it? D, Spanish says pigs. You got D. We got Kendo saying B. Nick saying D. Yeah, I'm going D. Mascara says D. Miss Blue Sky says B. Cat gut and crushed beetles. No, surely not. B. Rich says D. Oh, so let's have a look then. We've got some. Is it A? No. Is it C? No. Is it the cat gut and crushed beetles? No, it's pig fat. I was right. Pig fat and fish scales. Oh. Who wrote, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive"? Was it Walter Cronkite, Walter Matthau, Walter Scott, or Walter Raleigh? Who wrote, "Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive"? Walter Cronkite, Walter Matthau, Walter Scott, or Walter Raleigh? I'm going to go for D. What are you going for? Let's have a look. Nick says, "I'm never kissing a woman again." Yeah, and I don't disagree with you. Kitty saying A. Walter Cronkite. I'm going to say D myself. Spanish is saying C. Rich T says B. Mahatma Levelant says Walter the Softy. Okay. Let's have a look. Chris says D. Is it A? No. Is it Scott? It was Walter Scott. There we are. And last but not least, if you are from the Republic of El Salvador, what is your nationality? If you're from the Republic of El Salvador, what is your nationality? Are you A, El Salviite, B, Salvian, C, Salvadorian, or D, Elvadorian? If you're from Republic of El Salvador, what is your nationality? El Salviite, B, Salvian, C, Salvadoran, or else Elvadorian? Elvadorian. Last chance for your answers now, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, get your answers in. Miss Blue Sky says C. Kitty says C. Rich says C. Nick says C. Chris says C. Spanish says C. Mascara says C. Kendo says C. Jimmy says C. It looks like we all want to see the C. So it's not the A. Is it the D? Is it the B? Ah, you already know, don't you? You're all Salvadorians at home. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. And we scored 41 points. We didn't really, but there you go. And that completes our lovely quiz for tonight. Let's put the invite in. Don't forget, we can have myself, including plus 9 other people. If you've liked the show tonight, please hit the like button, as Kitty reminded us earlier. And if you're watching from the past, hello. And please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got Pete and Cookie's show as well. And on Thursday, we have Steve Tagoose. And on Saturday, we've got Jimmy doing Raconteur's News. And I'm sure he's got a lot to say. There's been a lot of news going on recently, hasn't there? It really has. That's tonight's show. I hope you enjoyed it. It was nice. It's nice to be back with you. I shall be back again next Tuesday with another fun-filled packed show full of news, health stories, etc. Remember, they may come as good as you, but they don't come any better. And I'm going to say au revoir, good night. Thank you for watching. Cheers, everyone in the chat. Thank you for your interaction. It makes my job a lot easier. It really does. I love interacting with people. Please, if anyone wants to ever jump on and join me, please do so. But no one ever does. My job would be so much easier. I really envy the fact that Pete and Cookie can do their double act. Jimmy will know what I'm talking about. He'll definitely know what I'm talking about. So see you in the chat. I'm going to I've posted it. I'll post it one more time for anyone who wants to come and join us. Kendo's already waiting in the background there. And thank you, everyone, again for joining me this week. And stay happy and stay positive. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.